So there's a little speaker. There's no speaker, but it just magically comes out.
There is a speaker.
It just.
A ton of feeling. I'm high on believing.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm doing something a little different today. I'm going to actually do a product review. That's right. I'm actually going to do a product review of baby stuff. And you know what? I might actually continue this and review some more items. Because you know what? I had a problem when I was researching the stuff that there was just no videos on it. No real demos or anything about this stuff. So I kind of had to go by faith. So I figured I'd put some out there. So maybe the next person buying it will have a little bit less harder time. Anyway, so today I'm going to be reviewing the Astra, which is the brand name, and the Levana. How would I say this? Levana. Lava. Anyways, Levana, I think it's spelled. And yeah, so I'm going to be reviewing the camera and the monitor today. So I went through some points before I did this video to kind of make it a little shorter and quicker. The first thing you want to decide whether you want an audio monitor or a visual monitor. When we were, thinking about monitors for the little guy, our thing was always, if we get an audio one, we don't know what the sound is. Obviously they cry and they this and they make sounds and stuff like that, but there's always, the house moves, the wood creaks, the blinds because of the window being open. Maybe anything can make a sound, and you're going to be constantly going up to check and possibly waking them up, which you never want to do. And we had that problem actually happen when we babysat a lot, that people with audio monitors, we constantly had to run up and check and just disturb the baby, and you never want to do that. So we ended up going for the visual. There's many options. There's visual with 2 cameras, there's visual with Wi-Fi, there's visual with color, black and white, and it all varied from price point from $350 to, I think that ours was one of the cheapest, which was about $180. That's not cheap. Wow. Okay. So decide which one you guys want. When you do it, when you pick either audio or visual, you'll have kind of a smaller group now to work with, and less work for you to do when you're doing your research. So once we chose visual, we wanted to know, do we want 1 camera or 2 cameras? We opted for the 2 camera because we figured when we have more kids, if there's 2 rooms, they could have 2 cameras, 1 in each separate room. And yes, it is able to do that. And also, 2 different vantage points that we have for watching the baby. So we've noticed many times that we've actually had to swap between the camera while he's sleeping, especially when he was a newborn, because we wanted to see the chest, if it's moving up and down, because every parent wants to check if the baby's breathing. It's gonna happen. Every parent does that. So we opted for the 2 camera. 1 camera would be fine too, but a personal choice there. Big thing with these monitors is Wi-Fi, whether they're connected through your phone. There has been several breaches, and I think one actually made it onto the news, at least where we are, where someone hacked into the baby's monitor and was moving it around and actually speaking through the monitor saying, "I'm watching you." So I never want to have anything going through Wi-Fi when it comes to his safety. So we made it sure that this was a strict, non-hackable, just straight line, 1 frequency kind of thing. No one's going to be able to hack through it through a computer. We didn't give that option through Wi-Fi. So that's why we chose this guy. And then price point too. Those Wi-Fi ones go up much higher. I think there's Motorola ones or Samsung ones that go up to the 350s, almost 400s. And these ones are a little less known brands, but cheaper and for me, more secure, which is very important. Anyway, so the camera itself, it comes with 2, I believe it's sold as 1 camera or a dual camera. We opted for the 2. I think that's because what the store was offering. So they kind of look like this. They're actually pretty neat because they rotate almost 360. I don't know the exact angle number, but it's pretty. It goes pretty far away around, and up and down, and it's also night vision. So or infrared. So day and night, very good. The actual monitor itself is pretty clear. I mean, we haven't had any problems with it. It's pretty sturdy too. Like, these things are built pretty well. I've dropped a monitor a bunch of times and I haven't even told her, and it still works. The camera, when I was installing it, fell off a bunch of times. She doesn't know, and it still works. So, so it's built pretty good. The features that it comes with are what really sold me. It has this thing called peep mode, which is I think exclusive to this camera, where Ernan can press the on button. So for example, I'll turn it on for you guys. Maybe you won't be able to see. So you'll see there is actually, well, you probably won't see. So we have a clear picture of the baby's room. What we do, if we press the button quickly once, it'll just silence the screen. But if he starts making noise, the ring around here will actually start flickering green. It'll register his cries. The louder he gets, the color changes. I think it goes blue, green, yellow, and then red. And then red, the screen will turn on and it'll show you what's going on. So at nighttime, some people complained of the screen being too bright, they couldn't sleep. So that's actually a cool mode if you do like very dark when you sleep. We personally just leave it on. We don't really turn it off. So that we have it going the whole time. That is something you can disable. And the color rings, like I mentioned, are really, good feature, because again, there's times where I'll be honest, where he farts and it'll register and it'll just make a little sign, and we know that it's nothing serious, it's just some gas. Another feature is the zoom. By a press of a button, it does a digital zoom. It's not an actual zoom, it does a quick digital zoom. Again, good for us when we're checking if he was breathing or not. And a two-way microphone, which is nice. Press of a button, and actually I could speak to the camera that I'm looking through. Very clear. We actually, if Noah's having a really rough night and Ernan's up there and I know she needs milk or something, I'll quickly just message her and she says, yeah, just bring it up. Also plays music. There's, I think, 4 preset music buttons. 3? So there's actually 3 preset buttons, 3 preset music tunes, I guess, and they're pretty calming. The only problem is they come off really loud on the monitor, because this actual cameras are very sensitive. So they're not that loud up there, it's just the cameras are very, very sensitive. So the music that comes out when you choose your pre-selected tune is actually the one that comes out of the camera. So if you're pointing with this one and that's the one you're looking through, that's the one it'll play the music from. So there's a little speaker. There's no speaker. But it just magically comes out.
There is a speaker.
It just anyway, so it comes out of somewhere. To be honest with you, it's not really important. Who gives a shit? It comes out, so that's important. So some of the pros to these cameras is, like I mentioned already, durable, affordable, like $180. All the functions, the peep mode, the microphones, the zoom. Just overall, lot of pros. And the cons, it's not a perfect camera. It does cut out sometimes. We are situated, when we watch TV, for example, in the living room, we're right below his room, and at times it'll cut off. And I think that's not something to do with the structure of the home or if there's any interference. I think it's just the poor connection, but all it has to do is just play with this antenna a bit and it goes. And I mean, it's minuscule, it's a second or 2 seconds that it cuts out and it comes back. So it's nothing, it hasn't been a game changer. I think once we had it keep cutting out and then we just switched the cameras and it was fine. And the other one, I guess, over time just, got the connection again. The other thing is the buttons. The con is the buttons are small. My wife doesn't have a problem pressing them, but me personally, I got pretty fat fingers and it's hard for me to press these arrows. I just try to use my nail, and at times I press 2 buttons at once, but again, not a deal breaker. Some people complain about it. Just get away. It must be plugged in for the camera to run. That's kind of the downfall. That's something I didn't want, but then again, I didn't want the Wi-Fi, so I kind of settled for the cable. It has to be plugged in. The cables look like this, and they come as 3. This one has a little picture of the actual monitor, and the other 2 have the picture of the camera. To be honest with you, it's the exact same one, and they're kind of interchangeable, but I stick to what they say anyways. The cables do have to be plugged in constantly for the camera to work, and you kind of have to be smart where you situate the cables, because obviously it is a choking hazard or risk for injury. Yeah, so I situated the Jesus man. I situated the cord in a way where, you know, it's out of his hands, it's out of his reach, and no risk of injury or anything like that. So be smart about it. I've seen people put it up on the wall and just kind of tape it to the monitors. I've seen, you know, all sorts of contraptions. Just be smart about it. We chose the cable way as opposed to the Wi-Fi way. Again, for some people, not for us, but for some people, the con might be no Wi-Fi. Again, personal choice. The battery life, to be honest with you, it's never run out of battery for us. I mean, we charge it. One of our routines is when we go to sleep, we plug it in and it's on our bedstand or nightstand where it stays on the whole time. So I guess every night it gets a charge, but we've never seen it go below below 2 bars. So it is a pretty good life. And I mean, we've had a nap for 3 hours with this thing on in color and nothing. Maybe lost a bar. So I honestly can't complain about that. As far as the range goes, we haven't tested it. We don't want to leave him alone by himself and go, you know, traveling somewhere and see when it cuts off. But I mean, we live in a 3-story, and even in the basement, it matches pretty good. So I would say the range is fairly good. And you know, even from the basement, I was able to change the X and Y axis of the camera, which is also another cool feature. So it's good. It's definitely worth a buy or worth a look at if you're looking into cameras. Hope that helped, guys. Thanks. And it's actually out of stock in Canada. I don't know. That's the website that I'm checking. I don't know about the States for you guys, but it's actually out of stock on ours, and it is $189. Some of the cool features that you know also on the camera is the night vision, the LED night vision, I believe it's called, is actually not visible. So a lot of cameras, they have this little rings around the camera where when you do select night vision, it, you know, automatically lights up, and it's gonna disturb the baby and everything. So this is clear. You don't see anything come out of the camera, and it is automatic. So when you turn off the lights, it'll automatically switch modes. You don't have to switch anything on the camera. Apparently it has a 48-hour battery life, which is pretty cool. And the screen is a 3.5-inch LED screen. Or LCD screen, I believe. You know, it doesn't say, but it looks like an LCD screen. So if you guys want any more details about this camera, let me know. It is $180 for the 2. We got it in Costco, actually, online. So it might not be on sale there anymore. I don't know if we got it as a deal. I don't know if that was the full price of it, but good places to check out is actually Costco and Best Buy. Best Buy actually sells this stuff online. So a lot of baby stuff you wouldn't think to search Best Buy, but they actually have a lot of good baby stuff. So this is again the Astra Levana. So yeah, hope you guys like it. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you comment. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys share. Make sure you guys tweet it. Make sure you guys Facebook it. Make sure you guys you know, shout it out to the world. You know, if you guys want to put a laptop on your balcony and just let everyone watch, man, that's cool with me. So thanks a lot. Peace out. Want to be featured in my video? Let's feature the coolest gift of all. Hey. So guys, I brought in my my manager here, and he's gonna let you guys know if I did a good job on my first review. What do you think? What? What does that mean? Does that mean I'm fired? I don't want to be fired. Just say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Hi, hi. Yeah. Peace.